What's going on, my beautiful people? My name is Gharfeh, and here we are outside of Pomegranate Cafe. Never tried this place in my 4 years being vegan, so I'm really excited to get in here. They got a lot of good food, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, so let's go inside and see what it's about. They have so much food here, and he said we came to the Mecca, and I believe it because, I mean, if you look at this menu, there's starters, salads and wraps, sandwiches and burgers. There's a whole raw section. They got the raw everything bagel, raw Arizona roll, raw tacos, vivos. So they recommended the Wild Western tacos, which are 2 tortillas stuffed with tofu, farm veggies, red potato, kale, cheese, pico, the guacamole, and then a Baja sauce with the salsa as well. So I'm super excited for that. And then the server also recommended the Gila Monster nachos. So we'll show you guys that because it seems like we're just testing nachos from now on. So we got to find all the good nachos in Phoenix. So we'll show you guys when we get them. What's up, my man? So I think I decided I'm gonna do the Wild Western tacos.
You got it.
With the tofu.
Excellent.
And then I'm gonna do the Gila Monster nachos. So this place works for a lot of people. If you guys have soy allergies or gluten allergies or nut allergies, they got this option right here where you can take all that stuff out. So you have a lot of options here, even when you're eating vegan. So I really like that.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, tacos will be right in.
Appreciate it. Oh my gosh. One bite, but camera's gotta eat first. So I've already been eating these nachos because I can't help myself, but these are really, really good nachos. So the meat they use is a walnut meat, so it's a pretty healthy option compared to other faux meats and fake meats. So I'm really stoked about that, especially because it actually tastes really good. I've tried to make walnut meat myself, but I haven't been able to get it to taste like this. So whatever they're doing, the secret recipe, I'm a huge fan and I love it. So these are the Wild Western tacos. If you look at these, like they are stacked with whole foods in here. We got some tofu, we got the guacamole, a nice big dollop of guacamole, the pico. I got this sauce right here that I'm just gonna pour a little bit on. Let's take a bite of this gargantuan breakfast taco slash burrito. Oh my gosh. Fire. This is really good.
These nachos are absolutely delicious. I don't even know what to say. Pomegranate Cafe knocked it out of the park. Tons of flavor. The cheese sauce, absolutely amazing. You're 2 for 2. What can I say, Alex? 2 for 2 on these restaurants. Now you're gonna convert me eventually.
Yep. And you haven't eaten tofu. What'd you think of the tofu?
Yeah, first time eating tofu. So I had this huge misconception that tofu was just bland and plain, right? So as you can see, when I was eating it, I opened up the actual taco and was just eating the tofu out of it because it was that delicious. I couldn't believe it was tofu. The texture was meaty and the flavor was unbelievable.
All right, guys, check it out. I got a gluten-free pumpkin spice sugar cookie. They told me to try the cheesecake. It was a chocolate cheesecake. I'm not a huge chocolate fan, and I'm so full from all that food that I ate. I pretty much ate it all. Will barely helped me eat any of it, so I had to take it all to myself. It was the first meal of the day, so I am stuffed. But let's take a bite of this sugar cookie. Look at that. I just want to try this frosting first. Oh my gosh. All those things I said about being full, nah, I'm good.
So first, let me tell you, Alex doesn't pay me or tell me what to say or anything. I film and he buys the food. It's as simple as that. So I get to try delicious vegan food and get to film. Can't beat it.
So that was Will's second time eating some real vegan food. I'm super stoked that he liked it. It seems like he loved the food that he tried, and I'm just slowly introducing him to more and more vegan foods, more plant-based foods and whatnot, and kind of showing him how easy it is, you know, to become a vegan, because a lot of people have that misconception when you first go vegan that you cannot eat foods that taste good. But as you guys saw today, from the nachos to the Wild West tacos to the desserts, vegans can get every single thing that a meat eater gets, and you know, it's even better because it's plant-based, and usually most of the time all the plant-based foods that we eat have fiber in them, where meat and dairy and other products don't have fiber in them, so A+. All right, guys, so to continue this review, we're gonna go ahead and start talking about the taste, value, and the service. Starting off with the taste, you guys saw my reaction in the video. I thought the taste of the food was phenomenal. Those nachos were literally my favorite nachos ever, and I know I've said that before about other nachos, but guys, I really mean it about these ones. These ones were literally the best nachos that I've ever had, and I'm gonna explain why. So the reason why I'm putting these nachos at the very top, first thing is because they're pretty healthy compared to other nachos. The queso that they use is made with whole foods. The waiter told me that they use cauliflower, potatoes, carrots, onions, spices, nutritional yeast, and I think cashews as well, which is just like, I mean, what what more could you ask for? Queso that's made from whole foods, that's an A+ for me. Most of the time these places have cheese from like Daya or Follow Your Heart or other vegan cheeses that are processed, and nothing against those, but me personally, I rather stick to the whole foods, the healthier stuff. And the fact that Pomegranate Cafe is making their queso in-house with vegetables and whole foods and spices and whatnot, you can't ask for anything better. On top of that, the meat that they use isn't using seitan, it isn't using tofu, and no, I have nothing against those two things, but the meat that Pomegranate uses is actually made from walnut. And I love that because walnuts are some of the healthiest nuts that you can eat. They're filled with omega-3, they got a bunch of vitamins and minerals in them, so I mean, it's a win-win. Moving on to the Wild West tacos, as you guys saw from the video, I don't know if you could tell, but those were not tacos. Those were burrito-sized tortillas for those tacos. So they were huge, and I'm not complaining in any way. That was a lot of food, and for the price, it was a great deal. So it was a lot of food. We were there for probably like an hour and a half, I think, total, just because I had to wait to digest the food, and then I can move on to a dessert. So it took a little bit of time, but no complaints whatsoever. I enjoyed that food so much, and I would definitely recommend going to Pomegranate Cafe if you guys are ever in the area. So let's move on to the value. As I said before, the Wild West tacos were huge, and it was pretty much a bang for your buck. So I'll start talking about those first. I believe those were about $14 for those two tacos, which I think is a great deal considering the quality of the food that you're getting at Pomegranate Cafe. I think it's a slamming deal. On top of that, the nachos were $14 for a large portion, and then we had someone next to us that had a smaller portion for $10, but I figured I got Will with me, so why not get the large portion and, you know, pig out. So that's exactly what we did. We got the large portion for $14. In total, I spent about $30 at Pomegranate Cafe, which isn't too much. It's averaging about 15 bucks a meal, and for the quality of those meals, I think it's definitely worth it. They did give us a 10% friends and family discount, which I'm very grateful for. I want to thank Pomegranate Cafe for that. I really appreciate that. They didn't have to do that, and they are not paying me by any means to say any of these good things about the restaurant. This is all coming from me. It's genuine and true, and this is just how I felt and the experience that I felt when I was in the restaurant. So I just want to let you guys know that before we keep going, because I don't want anyone to think that they're paying me to say this or they sponsored this video. This is not sponsored by any way. This is all coming from me. So moving on to the service of Pomegranate Cafe, service was spot on. We walked in and we were greeted by the manager, and we were talking to this manager on Instagram DMs for a few days before. We let them know that we were coming to film. They accepted us with open arms. They said, no problem, you can film. The waiter that we had was super friendly. The menu is huge, so I was a little overwhelmed, and the waiter just ran me through everything. The raw section, the desserts, the wraps, customers' favorite food, his personal favorite choices. So that helped me out to pick the foods that I picked. So I'm very grateful for that. So service of Pomegranate Cafe was also spot on point. I can't say enough good things about this place. I will definitely be back there ASAP. And if you guys are ever in the Phoenix area, make sure to stop by. It's only about 20 minutes from Phoenix. It's a little bit more south, but still, if you're coming from Central Phoenix, you're not too far away. I'm in the East Valley, and it was only about 20-25 minutes for me, and they're pretty much right off a freeway. They're like a mile or two from a freeway, so it's not too hard to get to. And if you guys do go there, tag me in the picture or send me a picture on the DM. I would like to see what you guys got, what you guys thought of the place. I'm always open for discussion, and I always respond to people who message me, so feel free to message me if you guys go there. And with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys thought. I'm always open to suggestions. I would love to get your feedback if you guys like these kind of videos. If you don't, what kind of videos you do like, I'm open to it all. So I appreciate you guys, especially if you made it to the very end of this video. I want to give you guys a huge thank you. It helps me out a lot for people who watch the video all the way through. So if you guys are at the very end and you guys are listening to me right now rant, then I really do appreciate it, and I want to thank you a lot. So I know you guys don't want this to end. I don't want this video to end either, but unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. So as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Deuce.